these are still paradigm cases of things that you can see. Start with 10. If Plato is a philosopher, then there's at least one philosopher. We would translate this into logicese as if Plato is a philosopher, then there is an X such that X is a philosopher. And in symbolism, if Plato is a philosopher, then it follows that there exists an X such that X is a philosopher. Let's go with either Cicero is a philosopher or no one is a philosopher. In logicese, we would say either Cicero is a philosopher, or for all X, if X is a person, then X is not a philosopher. We would translate this as either Cicero belongs to the philosopher category, or for all of X, if X is a philosopher, or if X is a person, it's going to be confusing because it's philosopher. Let's go back and define philosopher here as Fx, because this stands for phi. Let's keep Px here as philosopher. Slide edit. So either Cicero is a philosopher, or for all of X, if X is a person, then they are not a philosopher. And what you'll notice about these ones is what we're adding in particular persons. We're also adding in a main operator. Here the main operator is the arrow. Here's the disjunct. And with these claims, we are tacking on additional existential and universal claims. This is something that you can and will see later on. Let's go into paradigm case number 12. If everything is beautiful, then nothing is ugly. If for all X, X is beautiful, then for all of X, X is not ugly. We will translate this as, for all of X, X is beautiful, then for all of X, X is not ugly. So this is a little bit odd, because what we're having to do is we're having to split up these claims into everything is beautiful and into nothing is ugly, and knowing that these claims themselves are going to be independent claims that are conjoined by the main operator of an arrow. Going on to 13. Let's say that only birds are ducks. We would translate this as, for any y, if y is a bird, let me switch that up. It's actually for any y. If y is a duck, then y is a bird. And we translate this into logicese as, for all of y, if y is a duck, then y is a bird. And here we would have to notice, kind of swap the order, because this only right here is the equivalent of only if. And only if always flags a necessary condition. Let's go and do the last two paradigm cases for 14. Let's say that if anything is either green or gold, then it has color. Let's let green just be GX, and let's actually make gold AX. And then color will just be CX. We would translate this into, for any X, if either X is green or X is gold, then X has a color. And in logicese, we would say that for all of X, if X is either green or gold, then X has a color. Last paradigm case. Some, but not all, humans are rational. In logicese, we would translate this as, there is an X such that X is human and X is rational, and it is not the case that for every X, if X is human, then X is rational. What we're doing here is we're clarifying the scope of rationality. We're saying that it's true that we do have some humans that are rational. However, the fact that some humans are rational doesn't in this case imply or lead to the conclusion that all humans are rational. Sometimes you can have a sum claim that is nested within a universal claim. For example, if I know that if something is a duck, then it is a bird, that means that the claim that some ducks are birds is also true. In this case, we know actually all ducks are birds, but from that it follows that at least some ducks are birds. Here, we're actually saying that that's not going to be the case. And here we would translate it as there exists an X such that X is both human and rational, and it is not the case for all of X that if X is human, that they are necessarily going to be rational. So what I did in this video is I ran through a number of what we call paradigm cases. These are paradigm cases, and these are forms of translations that you will be seeing and that you are going to need to be able to account for and more or less work through. These are hard, but this is going to be something that folks are going to need to more or less continuously try to practice in order to kind of figure out how to workshop them the best of their possible ability. So keep trying, Keep it up. You're going to be able to get there.